Hello. So today I'm going to be building my visual library, and hopefully you can, this video will inspire you to draw with me or something. I don't know. You can just put it in the background. I'm just going to be practicing hands. So yeah, let's get started. As you can see, I have the reference right beside me. Yeah. I don't know if I'll be talking that much during this, but hopefully I do, so that keep you guys entertained. If anyone watches these, which I think 0 people will, but it's okay. Either way, already starting off to a goddamn poor start. So what I usually like to do when I'm drawing hands is first try and block out some hands. I don't know how to explain this, but basically, like, sometimes I use guides and sometimes I don't. Like if it's a pose like the second one, like this one, I'll probably not use a guide, but I'll more just draw a sort of silhouette like this, and I'll try and draw it out. Maybe this is why I'm so poor at drawing hands. Yeah, that's why I'm doing this anyways, to build my visual library on hands, because I'm kind of shit at drawing them. But yeah, sometimes I'll draw a silhouette like this to try and map it in 3D space, really what I'm drawing, and keep proportions in check and whatever. But yeah, feel free to draw along if you want to. I said it like 4 times already, but I don't care. So just wanna keep the fingers in check here. Drew the pinky way too big, that's okay. I'm also thinking about how everything connects, like how the skin folds, for example, around here, this retention point at the wrist. Because to build a visual library, you don't only want to study like references, you also want to like really know it. It's like math when they say like you don't want to like memorize it, you want to know it. I don't know, actually this is memorization. I don't know why I said that, but like you kind of just, I don't know, you can work off a reference, but you're just gonna want to know it by heart. I'm just gonna leave it there. That analogy definitely did not work, but it's okay. This hand is kind of tough. Also, when I'm drawing hands, I like to draw the wrist as well, and the forearm. I like when they include it, because that, I don't know, feels like it helps me keep it in proportion or something. Or maybe when I'm like actually drawing it, I can like look back on like how I did it, because I'm drawing this like super big right now, but on an actual person it's gonna be very tiny, so it helps me keep it in proportion basically. Anyways, yeah, this would be like a silhouette. That wasn't a proper one. This would be like a silhouette. This guy, he's like boom. I don't know what he's doing right now, but he's doing something. Anyways, back to the hand. I'll probably quickly shade them as well, but I won't spend too much time on that, I don't think. Just trying to roughly get the shapes. What the hell's a thumb? Oh shit. Already noticing some mistakes, but it's okay. I'll fix them. Just gotta draw out the whole hand first. I'm also trying to simplify, I guess, but definitely not working, because you can only simplify if you really know the subject, and I kind of don't. This doesn't look that good compared to the reference, but it's fine. This is my drawing process, pretty much just trial and error. I draw a bunch of shit until I either know how to draw it or I still need practice. And clearly with hands, I definitely still need practice, a lot of practice, because the silhouette, I don't know if it really, actually this one is fine, but like sometimes I can get mixed up in the muscle groups of the two palms, or the two like fat things, pads I guess you could call them, in the hand. Like this one, I guess this is thumb, and then this one I guess connects kind of to the pinky, but oh my god, it's so ass. Anyway, this is why I'm using reference. Anyways, there's one done, quickly shaded. Yeah, I don't know how long this video will be either, because could be like 5 minutes. I could end it right now, or it could be like 30, who knows, just depends. But I hope you are drawing along, if anyone is watching this, because we should all be drawing, if you have the time at least. You know, you should always be practicing if you want to become a better artist. And you know, sometimes I put off doing reference studies and stuff for trying to do an illustration, but the illustration doesn't go well because A, I don't use references that much, and B, I don't do enough reference studies. So you know, this is a good series because it helps me what's it called, focus and actually not skip on doing these reference studies, but instead do them. And you guys, maybe get at least one person to draw. I'll be happy if he does that. Yeah, but it's like a stream, but one-sided because there's no viewers and I'm drawing alone. Usually I notice that I draw fingers either very boxy or very monster like they turn into almost claws with a sharp point at the end, because that's my attempt at trying to draw fingernails and it like never works. I've noticed that in like one specific gesture drawing I drew, the whole gesture didn't even make sense, but like especially what irked me was the fingers I drew. They looked straight up like way too curved. They look like this almost, except with like a sharp point at the end, like literally like a monster's nails. They look like this. They look like this finger if you're watching. If you're listening, they just have a really sharp point. But yeah, so my second hand is done. If you're drawn along, it's okay if yours isn't, or you may have finished like 10 minutes faster than me, and that's also fine because I'm really shit at drawing hands. But I try and speed myself up, even though sometimes I shouldn't, and I should focus on form and silhouette. Like in this case, something's wrong. What the fuck is wrong here? These fingers are closer together. Well, this doesn't really actually matter. I mean, going exactly by the reference, actually I'm not going to change it, because going exactly by the reference is, you don't have to do that. You can make your own adjustments and changes and whatnot. That's the point of references. You're not supposed to copy exactly. So I'll leave it. But yeah. I've not found my art style in general, but especially with hands and fingers, I don't know really what style to draw them in. I know Synex, I watched his tutorial on this. If you don't know who Synex is, you should search him up. Really good art instructor. But he made a good tutorial on this, and I like the frog hands, which is like a type of hands where you drew like this, I think. And that's where my monster hands, I think, came in. Because he drew them like really weirdly, and I was like, for some reason, I like that. Like, the weirder the better. But, yeah, I never draw them like that anymore. I think it's because my form is off, or like my changes in form are off. Who knows though? Who knows? We'll figure it out. Trying to post videos more consistently. And I don't want them all to be, what's it called? Like tutorials, because, you know, I'm still an inexperienced artist. I don't have too many tutorials in my belt yet. Obviously I know a lot of stuff. Well, I call myself inexperienced. I have like 8 years of experience, but like most of it is like what I would call fake experience. Like not really drawing for like a week, then forgetting everything, drawing like one eye constantly in a notebook. Yeah, I was that guy. I drew one single eye, and I expected everyone to like, oh my god, you can draw a single eye. He's so nice. He's so good at art. He's so nice, bro. And then, yeah, never happened. I remember one specific time, I think I already told this in the video, but my gym teacher, I like did a stipple drawing of an eye. Which is basically just like dots. And I drew like, I guess I tried to stylize it a little bit, and it didn't really look like an eye. I remember I showed it to my gym teacher in this big sketchbook that I had, and I was like eagerly awaiting him to be like, oh my god, you're only, and this was back when I was in high school, but you're like, he's like, you're only like, I don't know how old I was, like 13, you're only 13 and you can draw this well already? Oh my god. And instead he just looked at it and said, what is this supposed to be? And I remember that day I was heartbroken. I was like, damn, you really don't, bro, I spent like 20 hours on this and he doesn't know what this is supposed to be. Oh my god. That taught me a good lesson. The amount of hours you spend on something doesn't determine its value, especially like art. And I was thinking that like, oh, if I spent like 20 hours on this, it was going to turn out good and like everyone's going to love it. I also used to draw for validation sometimes because I thought I was good at it. That's also not what you should be doing. You should definitely be just drawing what you think is cool. Because if you draw for other people's validation, you'll find no fun in drawing at all. I did not expect to talk this much. But here we are. I saw a neat trick on TikTok. I think I might employ that. I don't think I've been employing any tricks, but with my hands, that's why they're so ass. But it was a girl, I think Alisa Chung, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but she was on TikTok and she was saying draw the silhouette of the hand before you draw the actual hand. And I think that's a useful tip that I should probably use, because if you don't get the silhouette right, the whole hand's gonna end up looking wrong, which, yeah, that's why it makes sense. So, you know, pretty good tip. You should follow that person. I don't know how their name is spelled right now, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm too lazy to check TikTok right now because I'm drawing. So maybe I'll see if I can look at it after. this, yeah. From afar, my silhouettes for the first two don't actually look as bad as I thought they would. Oh shit, where's this? Yo, this second reference is kind of confusing me. Because this thumb belongs to this hand. But how the fuck? Oh, okay, I understand now. That helped. Yeah, so I wasted my day today, so I kind of don't have that much time to draw from references, because I just want to... Actually, I do. That's an excuse. But, I mean, it's becoming later, and I don't know. I just didn't draw today. Some days that happens. It's just I procrastinate until later in the night, because I'm like, ooh, I'll be more fun later in the night, or I'll be more concentrated. Poor decision. Just draw. Make time for it. Just do it. Don't procrastinate. The more I procrastinate, the more it's going to keep happening more often. And that's no good. Yeah, this reference is tripping me out. This is why I need to practice, because look at the second hand if you're watching. The first hand was fine, like the top hand, but the second hand, this doesn't really make sense in space. So I need to, I guess, draw the silhouette again, or at least the basic rough places where shit will go. I should also probably break down the form changes, because, you know, their fingers are just cylinders, so if I just make it so I can understand where the cylinders lie, it shouldn't be too hard to draw. Ah, see, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I've also noticed from drawing every day that my shadows are so much better than what they used to be. And I don't do that thing where it's like, you know when you have like a detail in a piece, or like you want to put like a lot of detail in a piece, but you're like, oh, a shadow should go here. But then you're like, but I want to put detail here. I can't cover it in shadow, or else the detail will be covered. That's like no use. It's no good. I just stopped doing that. I said, just put a shadow there. Why am I even... Who cares? Who cares about detail? We're drawing to express something, not impress a crowd. That's probably going to be my next video, by the way. Drawing to express, not impress. So that was a little glimpse of what I'm going to talk about in the video. Yeah, that song it's called MGT. Pretty good song. I'm listening to music in the background, by the way. I'm probably going to put music over this video, some relaxing music, but I'm listening to my own music right now. And it's a wide variety of music. It goes from like really mellow R&B to sometimes like, I don't know, more hype music, I guess. But usually I just like R&B. It's nice. Calms me. What the hell has happened? Oh, where am I? Okay. Annoying. Anyways. I've been working. I have a lot of video ideas that I want to do, but I never end up doing them. That's the issue. Like, I have footage recorded too for the background, but I'm always like, hey, like, the footage is never good enough. It's not a good enough drawing. People are not gonna like it, or like, no one's gonna view it because it's like such a shit drawing. And even if I'm talking about what I'm talking about is important to me, or maybe even might help someone else, like, they're not gonna view it because the drawing's too shit. So we need to make better drawings. Or second reason is I'm like, I just forget to record it. I go from like, yeah, I'm gonna record this tonight. I'm gonna record this tonight. Oh shit, I gotta do this, this, and this, or like, or just like straight up slips my mind because I'm like playing a video game. Like, oh shit, gotta record. I'm too lazy. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, and I'm like, same shit happens. And I'm like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And it just keeps. It's a constant cycle. I gotta break myself out of it. This is one way to do it. This is one way to do it. Again, clutch video idea. And also helps other people because I can get them drawing. I already said that like 4 times. That is whatever. I'll say it 150 goddamn times if I need to. You know what next time I should do actually? Next time I should time myself with each piece I do of each reference. Next I'll probably do feet. Feet I find easier than hands because you can break them down into 3 separate parts. The midsole, and then the top, and the bottom. This doesn't look like a foot at all. But also it's easier to like fuck it up because I could draw a foot like this, and if as long as I drew like the rest of the body properly, like you'll like it doesn't look like a foot now, but you'll definitely recognize this as a foot as long as I drew the rest of the body properly. Like hands, you have to get right. Like even though they're small, they express a lot about a person. Feet are just like, they can express a lot, but you know, they're often forgotten. I won't even shade the shadows or blend them or render them. What's it called? Blending, rendering, same shit. Same difference. Blending, rendering, whatever. That is a very fun part of drawing though for me, just rendering. Oh, the silhouette technique is not doing good. Oh, messed up there. Let me just go back to boxing. Or boxing it out. Boxing it out. What can I say? Using boxes. I guess just using I don't know what to call it. I'm using the wrong wording. Boxing. I'm beefing with my own art. I think I also need to work on my anatomy. Well, I don't think, I know I need to work on my anatomy, but that's a constant thing. I'm pretty sure everyone has to work on their anatomy. Because, you know, it's never perfect. It's always shit. But we'll get there someday. We'll get there someday. Oh, another important thing about hands is the ends. I need to incorporate this. I think I like this style. They taper in, so wherever way you draw that, I think I like to draw a coffin shape, kind of like there's like a trapezoid at the top, and then I like that. It's a little bit more of a cartoony way of drawing them, I guess. but I don't know, I like it. Simplifies it for me. There's a cigarette. I didn't even notice that. In the drawing. So please never smoke cigarettes, whoever you are. I don't know why I said that. You should probably already know that by now if you watch me, but... Well, I don't know why I said watch me. Not like I've ever advertised that before, but... You should be old enough if you watch me to know that. Just never touch a cigarette. If you have a cigarette addiction, you can get through it. Just break the addiction, please. Cigarettes are horrible for you. No one should ever have to go through the pain of smoking one. Crazy world we live in. People still smoke it though. It's crazy. Baffles my mind. Okay, we got 4 more references left. Should I do the whole thing? I think I might do the whole box if I have space. My bad for cutting the video, but you know, someone interrupted the stream, so I had to go talk to them. But yeah, and I didn't realize I wasn't recording, and I drew like basically a whole another hand. My bad. This is actually the quickest out of the bunch though. Because I noticed pretty fast I wasn't recording, so this took like, what, like a minute? No, not even. Like 30 seconds. I might push my... Once I learn how to draw hands like for real, or like properly, and get a hang on it, I think I'll push my time a lot more, and I'll draw a proper hand in 30 seconds. We shall see though. That time will come very soon. Just gotta practice more. An artist just practices and practices and practices. And that's good. I just realized I wasn't even drawing the fingernails. I hate drawing fingernails. They always make the drawing look so awful. Or like, I don't know, I draw them in a weird way usually, so. This hand I'm drawing looks very, very cartoonish. I think I pushed it. I don't want it this cartoonish. I'm also drawing the hands like to where I'm still keeping like my style. I don't even have a style yet. I don't know if I'm saying that, but like, I don't know, like what my influences, my style influences would, how I think me in the future would like it to be drawn, I guess, when I have a style. I don't know how to describe it, but like just, I don't know, I like stylized stuff, but I don't know, I want to draw like more semi-realistic type art. I think that's my calling. Or what I like, not my calling. Ooh, I think I'll draw the gun. Should I even draw the gun? Nah, I'll draw. But if I don't draw the gun, then how will I get the full... Alright, I'll draw a basic blocked out version of the gun, because... Yeah, that... Okay, this looks like ass, but... We're learning. We are learning. There we go. Blocked out version of the gun. I think no, I can't use that for other stuff, because they're in a different angle. Alright. Yeah, so... Had to pick and choose what I was drawing in the reference, because, you know, I can't draw the hands interacting with something and not draw what they're interacting with. Well, they're not really even interacting with a gun. Like, this is the weirdest hand placement ever for a gun. This actually kind of makes like 0 sense, I can't lie, but no, it is what it is. Again, a very cartoony hand. I notice that when I can't draw a pose specifically or properly, I tend to make it a little bit cartoony. I need to watch out for that. And by cartoony, I mean like, you know, exaggerated fingers. The shape becomes like way too simplified, I guess. And yeah, so that's something I need to work on. And what better time than now? Damn, sorry, I had another interruption. My bad. Yeah, I look back on the videos, by the way, after the interruption, and I'm going so slow with these hands. Holy shit. I mean, I guess that's good for something I don't know yet, but bro, I need to speed it up. Like, god damn. I spent like 30 minutes on the first. I thought this video was gonna be like 20 minutes long at most. Oh my god. No, it's fine. As long as I'm learning and growing, it's all good. But damn. I don't even think I drew this revolver's perspective correctly, because it's in a weird one. I think it's in more of a top-down. I'm not gonna get too caught up in that though, because I'm just trying to understand how the hands work. Probably also gonna post a video about art block after this, so stay tuned for that if anyone is watching this. I often notice that like a lot of these hand references are in like super weird positions that would never be like, I don't know, they'd never be like, what's it called, drawn, or I don't know how to describe it. They'd never be like, they just never be like this, like anywhere, like in a comic book, they'd never be drawn like this. But like they're like this here. I don't know what the reason for that is. Maybe I guess it's just to train you. They don't actually want you to. No, but references should be used like when you draw as well. So I don't know why they do it like this. Why they would make them like really weird positions like this, like third last reference I'm doing right now, or I just finished. Like, who would hold a gun like? Actually, no, I'm being stupid. This is a guy reloading the gun. Oh, I know my theory still applies actually. Half the time, a lot of the references I see are like super weird. Like this one, I chose a good one, where like, you know, just the second last row is just a revolver. You being like interacted with in the right way, but a lot of them are just like some weird ass. I don't know how to describe it, bro. I'm just gonna stop talking. It's just some weird ass way, man. I don't know. Most of the shadows of hands aren't that weird when you get the hang of it. Well, I just said my shadows were improving like 10 seconds ago, but not 10 seconds ago. It's been a long time. This video is long, but yeah, they're the cylinders. If you go back to the basics and practice, like shadows become like really easy, like surprisingly easy. Like even when you do them bad, like I'm doing a lot of the time, they still look decent. It's weird. Because before, I never really practiced at all. That's why I just started calling myself an artist this year, I think. Because I finally started practicing more and I wasn't drawing like the same shit. I was getting out of my comfort zone and trying to draw more shit that I actually wanted to draw and like because I'd only draw like, you know, I said I drew eyes and stuff, and it's because I couldn't draw anything else. That was partially one of the reasons. I was like, well, I can still impress people with this though, but it's like, that's not why I got into drawing in the first place. I don't care about impressing people. No one is impressed by my drawings. No one even gives a shit about my drawings. You should only be impressing yourself. And people won't be impressed by your drawings for a while. Actually, that's not the worst reason to get into drawing. If you still want to impress people, like, you shouldn't only do it for that, but you can impress, if you want to impress people with your art and make it good enough to be impressive to people, that's not actually a bad reason to draw. I kind of take back what I said earlier. But if your only goal is to impress people and not like express something in your art, or like, you know, just draw something cool or any reason like that, then it's like, I don't know, man. I guess you do you. But it usually ends up in a downward spiral where you don't like your own art and you feel like you wasted your time and you feel like you're not appreciated enough. Or, I don't know, I've gone down that road. It's usually not a good one. This second last reference is similar to the third last reference. Back when I was younger, I thought I was really good because my parents used to do that fake hype thing where they're like, oh my god, so good. But like, my mom still kept me grounded. I respect her, because even though she'd do the fake hype thing, she'd be, oh my god, so good. She's really critical of me because she wants me to like do my best. So especially with like Valentine's Day cards, oh my god, I remember I hated that. My mom, the first thing she would say in a Valentine's Day card is like, when I was younger, I'd write, she'd be like, oh, so sweet, you spelled this wrong. Can you rewrite this, or can you read this out to me? Can you read out what you wrote to me? And I would feel so embarrassed and be like, Mom, just read out the card, please. I don't want to rewrite it, I don't want to do anything. I just made this, happy Valentine's Day. This is when I was like super young though, and I didn't know how to spell properly. But yeah, anyways, I'm rambling. This has nothing to do with hands, but it's okay. At least it's entertaining to the person watching or drawing along. Anyways, I'm almost done. I'm on my second last reference here. It took longer than I expected, and you know, a lot of mistakes that I thought I wasn't gonna make. But you know, your progress is not linear for art. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes you think you won't make. So that's why you shouldn't be frustrated. And that's also going to be part of my next video, in case no one watches this. Or in case someone does watch this. Art frustration. I don't think anyone's going to watch this, so I don't care that I just spoiled my next video. Shocker. This is just a way for me to practice, and maybe get someone else to practice. Yeah, the revolvers in these references, I'm not too good at drawing, so they're really ass. So you're gonna have to bear with me in that. Oh shit, I think I may have messed up the proportions too. Yeah, no, the gun, not the hand. Okay, whew. I just realized I drew the gun wrong, not the hand. See, that's why it was important to draw it. I'm a smart guy. What can I say? Let me draw the fingernail on this, because this does not really look like a finger at this point. Okay, so we have... It's hard sometimes to concentrate and talk at the same time, but I like this. I don't usually have anyone to talk to when I draw. Or if I am talking when I draw, I usually get distracted, but this is nice because I can just draw and then speak. Oh, I did mess up the proportions for the hand. yeah. I can just speak randomly. I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. I'm just saying whatever comes to my mind. Because I feel like it. It's fun. It's fun. Oh my god, this last hand is so shit. I have the urge not to fix it, but I'm gonna do it because I have to. I have the urge to be super lazy and just be like, ah, fuck this drawing. No, but we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. Can't leave it like this. Gotta practice diligently. What the fuck is this finger doing? Okay. This finger doesn't really make sense. I'll just fix this and then shade it quickly and I'm done. For today. I need to really remember to keep these cylinders and draw the knuckles as well, because that's an important part. That's a form change. If you don't change the form, it's not going to be good. Ooh, I really like drawing the knuckles like this. Ooh, just connecting them to the finger, basically making it like, basically making them the base of the finger almost, kind of weirdly. And we are almost done. So thank you for watching this video. I'm pretty much done. Just doing some light shading using the references and maybe a little bit of my own, but yeah, we're pretty much done. Thank you for watching this like 30+ minute video. If anyone did, probably no one's going to, but it's okay. Yeah, thank you for watching. We're done. Peace.